Hello and welcome to another chess video. Going to play another little game with Bakerstreet Bishop. He's my friend in the real life. Uh, so we're planning on just playing one 15-minute game, no increment, and see how it goes. So I am white, and I will open with e4. So hopefully the quality of the game is better than we have in our blitz. Okay, well, he knows I'm learning the Ruy Lopez. I'm studying that, so he didn't play e5. I was hoping that he would try to test my preparation and help me train there. So Sicilian, I'm pretty happy with the Sicilian. He'll probably play the Sveshnikov. I know he enjoys that, and I enjoy it as well as from the white perspective. So if he plays knight c6, that will lead to the Sveshnikov. I'll just play d4, takes, e5, knight b5, and so on. Pretty double-edged game. I'm not sure what he's thinking about right now. It's only move 2, so he has to just pick the line that he's going for. Almost anything he plays, I will respond with d4. Knight f3 signifies that I want to play an open Sicilian. Okay, so queen a5. I don't think this is a move at all. Certainly not one I've ever seen. He said one complex middle game out of theory delivered. So he wants to get us out of theory. Queen a5 is one way to do it. So let's think about how to punish this. If it isn't played by the top players, there must be a reason why it's not played. So I could play just bishop c4. Bishop c4, he might have like b5. Bishop c4, b5, bishop d5, knight c6. Doesn't really accomplish anything for me. Bishop c5, b5. Do I have like bishop takes f7 stuff? No. So let's not waste time and just develop normally. Hope that his queen is misplaced on a5. Okay, so he does this. Now I can play bishop c4, I believe. I could also play d4, and it's not easy. I was hoping that if he takes, I could take with the queen, but he also doesn't have to take. If I play d4, he just plays bishop g7. So I'm not sure about all of this. Let's see. Do have to spend a little bit less time figuring all of this out. Lots of subtleties. So I just want to get my pieces developed. And if I play like knight e5 well, if I play knight g5, I think he just has e6, and he's okay. So let's just castle in this position. And I'm going to say that I'm better developed than he is. And ask what he has to show for it. He's going to have a little bit of trouble developing this knight from g8. But an interesting idea. Why I say that is if knight f6, I think I just have the immediate e5. And I might be just rolling through. e5, knight g4. I was looking at maybe even just rook e1 is simplest, followed by h3 and stuff. So I'm just trying to occupy the center, and his pieces are less developed than mine. Okay, so e6. I could just play knight b5 now. Knight b5 could be annoying for him. Knight b5 threatening knight d6 check. Also play d4, opening up the center. Let's think about it. Knight b5. I like knight b5. Now let's see, if queen b6. If queen b6... Maybe I don't have an idea there. Knight b5, because I'm trying to occupy this d6 square. Knight b5, queen d6, say... No, so let's just continue developing here. Open up the position. When you have more pieces out, it's better to open up the position to the exposed, well, semi-exposed black king. These dark squares, namely d6, should start suffering now that the bishop is away. Okay. So now I do have knight b5, because if takes, I have a check. Yeah. So maybe he didn't expect that. Knight b5. Yeah. So I have a check on d6 coming up. So once again, if he takes on c4, that piece looks like it's hanging. Check on d6 wins the queen. And now I might follow up with bishop e3, gaining a tempo on the queen. So queen c5, I think he probably missed this knight d6 check resource that I have. So knight d6 is a threat even if he doesn't take my bishop. Getting a piece on this dark square is going to be very useful for me. This is only made by the fact that he removed his bishop from these dark squares onto g7. Normally in the Sicilian, especially if you play e6, you want to keep your bishop on this diagonal. Now these dark holes in his position are made very visible. Before I was thinking about whether I should move the d knight or the c knight. I think the d knight is better. Yeah. I think this was more accurate. So black is pretty severely underdeveloped now, especially after bishop e3. Another plan I have in the future, of course, after bishop e3 is just f4, f5, and opening up his king. So I was looking at bishop e5 as a response to keep my knight out of d6. Bishop e5 looks problematic for black. I might just play king h1 to open up the way for to f4. He said, nice move, payback knight b5 style. This is referencing our last game where I got severely crushed by this same sort of motif. Weak dark squares on, well, the weak dark square on d6. So this is the same exact story. Okay, that's a very passive way of defending. But it works. So now if bishop e3, he takes my bishop on c4. That is clear. But what if I just play queen d3? Queen. I mean, I have so many pieces developed, and he has one piece developed. So there must be some way of just ripping through his position. I'm looking at like bishop f4. Might have. Yeah, there must be a way. I must have some sort of initiative. I don't think I have to play something quiet like bishop b3. So queen e2 comes to mind to protect the bishop and to threaten stuff like knight d5. Maybe. I'm trying to find some knockout blow here, but I can't seem to find it. Queen e2 or queen d3? I think I like queen e2 the best. So let's just play this. Continue developing. So stuff like knight d5 should be looming in the air now. He might have a6, but then I have here and my pieces come out very quickly. So my pieces are coming out very quickly here. Okay, queen here, I can just retreat to d4, attack the queen. He has to keep an eye on the c7 square. Do I have to move my knight? Probably. Can't find another way. Knight d5. Well, now that's not even a check. Knight d5 now. Let's look at it. If takes on b5. No, there's nothing. So let's just come back and attack his queen. Okay. So I was looking at like knight d5 now. Maybe not. Could also just play f4, f5, opening up the king. Okay. Trying to figure out the best way of taking advantage of development. Here. Takes an e6. It's hard to really take advantage of it, though, in a concrete way. Okay. Takes. D6. Okay. A little bit distracted. Okay, let's just put my pieces on nice squares. Continue developing. He might play b5. If he plays b5, I'm trying to find sacks to open up his king. Nothing seems to work yet. At the very least, black should be uncomfortable in this position. Yeah, okay, so he just comes back. Let's see. Do I have stuff like knight f5 here? Knight f5 takes. Knight f5. Might also just have. Let's just play f4. Get all the pieces into the game. I feel like I was like I've missed a more direct way of punishing his play. I must have missed some sort of tactic. But white is still comfortable here. Knight f5. I really want to make that work. But no, that doesn't do anything. Knight b5. I really want to access this d6 square with a piece, namely a knight. In fact, maybe I could have just played knight b5, sacking an entire piece for access. Thinking about that now, just knight b5. Knight takes. Queen must move to d8, otherwise you lose a bishop. Check. King f8. Maybe bishop c5. Maybe this works. I'm not 100% sure. He doesn't have to go to d8 though. Knight b5 takes. Knight takes. He could also go queen c6. Let's say check. King f8. No immediate follow-up. So it's not happening yet. He doesn't have enough pieces for the defense. So if he plays b5, then I might sack 2 pieces for... I might sack a piece for 2 pawns. b5, maybe just knight d takes b5, a takes knight takes, and then the same stuff. Get my knight on d6, and then I play f5. Yeah, this looks quite attractive if he plays b5. Yeah, I don't think I want to waste time with like bishop b3, but he doesn't do that. So, can I just play e5 here? e5 myself, and then he really has to go back. We could play knight h5, and then g4, trapping the knight. Yeah, trapping the knight. So he has to go back to g8. So he's provoking e5, which actually I will take him up on that, because now I have knight e4, and I finally get access to that d6 square. Knight h5, I'm pretty sure I just play g4. Okay, so now I have access. So now I didn't even have to sacrifice anything, and I have access to the d6 square. Is he going to play bishop f8 again? That would be a little bit embarrassing, this bishop just going between these 2 squares. That would be a little bit aesthetically pleasing for white, if I can make that happen. But if he does that, I'm not sure exactly how I'm breaking through. Let's see. I want him to like make f5 work. So he ignores the check. So that was my plan. Let's go here. Now f5. f5. f5 looks very, very challenging for him to meet. Although, oh wait, he has bishop takes e5. I missed that one. But I should be able to sack something at this point. e6 is very well defended because of his bishop here. So what if I take it? Queen takes, knight takes. Nothing's going on that square. But e5, bishop takes. takes on G6. Takes on G6. I'm trying to make that work. But I mean, why even risk anything? I think I could just play this slowly. I could play this in a way that requires like no calculation. So, but F5. Yeah, I like the way this looks. Just ripping open his king side. I honestly didn't calculate everything through, but I don't know. He can't take with the e pawn because f7 drops. If he takes with the g pawn, then my queen comes out, and the floodgates are just going to open. There's a million ways to develop there. So he does do that. So I didn't think that was possible. I could do knight takes f5, takes. Okay. So should we start with queen h5? I didn't miss them. No, my bishop is not hanging because of the knight. Protects it. So he found this, yes. And I was thinking of making his life difficult. If takes on f5. If takes on f5, knight takes. He might take on e5. Then I check him with the bishop. King g8. Oh, and I almost have like queen takes g6, but not quite. I do have to make sure I play this part precisely. Knight takes. Bishop takes. Check. Back. Where's the knockout blow? Oh, I see it. I see it. So at the end of all of it, I actually, I saw it. I'm trying to remember. Takes. If bishop takes, check. King here. Yeah, so I saw something. Yes, I have check. I can move the knight out of the way with check. And then I take on f7. So here, I think this is a forced mate. So king g8, knight e7, check. And then, yeah, whatever he does. Actually, knight takes e7 is forced, and then queen f7 mate. So I think it's forced mate. Okay, so knight e7 check. Forces mate. So that was a pretty good game. A little bit dubious development on Devin's part, and I tried to punish it to the best of my ability. Thank you for watching.